Hello students, welcome you all. So today we are going to discuss statistics chapter 14. Now you see in class 6, in class 7, in class 8, in class 9 and now in class 10 you are learning about statistics. Before the name of the chapter was data handling. Okay. In the previous classes you have learned about different type of graphs like bar graph, then your pie chart, then histogram, etc. Now in class 9 we also learn about mean, median and mode. Okay, we will start with this concept mean here, then also we will discuss about median and mode. Now if you can remember what was mean, mean was the sum of all observation, sum of all observation divided by number of observation. So this was mean. We were representing this as x bar. So mean was equal to sum of all observations divided by number of observation. Then if you can remember, x bar was represented as a formula. X bar or mean was equal to sigma fi xi, where I varies from 1 to n divided by sigma fi, where I varies from 1 to n. Okay, so this was the formula for mean. In class 9 you have studied it. Okay, we will simplify the formula. It is simply you can write x bar equal to sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. Okay, and further simplification if you want, we can further simplify it like this: mean equal to sigma fx divided by sigma f. Okay, so this is the simplified form, but this is the exact form. Okay, so you can remember any of these formula. Okay, so mean equal to sum of all the observation divided by number of observation. Now you see who is f, who is x. If you can remember who was f, we will see here who was f. There is an example. In the example we will try it so that you will get a better understanding. See, these are the observations. We will go to example. Let's read the example. The marks obtained by 30 students of class X of a certain school in mathematics paper consisting of 100 marks are represented in the table. Okay, so these are the marks of math of class 10. Find the mean of the mark obtained by the student. Okay, now you see marks obtained, we have written it as xi. That means this is your x1, this is your x2, this is your x3, this is your x4, like this, x5, x6 and so on. This will be your xn, whatever is there. Similarly, these are the frequency. That means 10 marks is obtained by one student, 20 mark obtained by one student, 40 mark obtained by 4 students, 50 marks obtained by 3 students, 60 marks are obtained by 4 students and so on. Here you see these are the frequency. For frequency we are using f, f1, f2, this is f3, this is f4, this is f5 and so on, f6, f7 and up to fn. Okay, so these are x or observation, these are frequency or f. Now we will write this statement in another table. Now look at it. We have written this same data in this table. Okay, see. Here you can see mark of 10, that is xi. You have to make a table like this. Okay, mark of 10 is xi, number of student is fi, and fi xi you have to find. That means fi into xi. Here in the first case f1 x1 is your 10, f1 is your 1. Okay, 10 into 1 will be 10. Then 20, this is your x2 equal to 20. Here f2 equal to 1. So f2 x2, that is 20 into 1 is equal to 20. Similarly 36 into 3 will be equal to 108. 40 into 4 will be equal to 160. 50 into 3 150, and so on. Okay, you see 95 into 1 will be 95. Okay, now after writing all this in this tabular form, we have found Fi Xi. Now what we have to find? We have to find the total. That means total frequency. You can write it sigma Fi. Okay, so sigma Fi is equal to, now you see sigma Fi means you have to, sigma, you know sigma means sum. Okay, sum of Fi you can also say. So sum of Fi is what? 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5, 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1, that is equal to 30. Okay, so you have to find the sum of all the Fi's. Okay, that means what we are doing, we are adding f1, f2, f3, f4, f5 like this. Okay, now again we will move to Fi Xi. Here in this same manner you have to find the sum of Fi Xi's. Okay, so here we have to find this sum of all these numbers. It is equal to 1779. You have to find the sum here. Okay, now we will move to the mean section. So you know that formula for mean. Okay, you know that x bar or mean is equal to sum of or sigma Fi Xi divided by sigma Fi. Okay, which will be equal to, here you see sigma Fi Xi, you have found it, sigma Fi Xi equal to 1779. You can write 1779 divided by, here sigma Fi, we have also found it, sigma Fi. Okay, that is equal to 30. So it will be equal to 30. Here you can put it. Now which will be equal to, now you can cancel it. 3 5 ja 15, then 3 9 27, then it will be a 0 is there, so it will be 0.3. So 59.3 will be your mean. So mean is equal to 59.3. Very simple way you can find it. This method you can say a direct method. Okay, we'll move to that. What are the methods? Now we'll move to another section. See, here you have the same table in the example 1 that we had. Now this was the question. We can use this data in a grouped, in a class interval, or you can convert this data into a group data. Okay, here you can see this is a raw data. Okay, you can convert this data into a group data, like 10 marks has been secured by one student, 20 marks secured by one student, 36 marks is secured by 3 students. Now what we will do, we will convert this data into group data. See, we have converted it like this: 10 to 20, 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, and 85 to 100. Okay, one thing here, we have converted into like this 10 to 25. We can also convert into 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and like so on. Okay, so here we have converted it like this. You can convert the class interval as per your convenience. Okay, there is no issue. So now you see 10 to 25, here 10 to 25. How many students? Here 10 to 25. This range 1, here 1 to 10 to 25 is 2. Then 25 to 40, 25 to 40. Okay, this. Now as 25 to 40, if you can remember, this 40 will not come in the range of 25 to 40. Where this 40 will come? this 40 will come in this range. Okay, 40 to 55. Okay, so here 25 to 40, 25 to 40 will this one, 25 to 40, that is 3. You can write 3 here. Then 40 to 55, 40 to 55 is this, 40 to 55. 4 plus 3 is 7, 7. Then 55 to 70, 55 this one, 56 to this one. Okay, 55 to 70 range or class will consist of these two. 2 plus 4, that is 6. Again 70 to 85, 70 to 85. Here you see 70 will come in the range or class of 70 to 85. This one will come, then this one and this one. Okay, so these are the group of 70 to 85. So 4 plus 1 plus 1, that is a 6 in the last. 85 to 100, that is this range, 85 to 100. So 2 plus 3 plus 1, that is 6. So we have converted this raw data into a grouped data. Okay, now what we will see, we will again find the mean. Okay, now you can see there are some methods of finding the mean. What are the method? Here we will start with direct method, and another two methods are there. So first one is direct method, second one is your assumed mean method. Assumed mean method, and another third one is there, which is step deviation method. Step deviation method. But in 2021 exam, that is for this this year 2020, this year the exam will be in 2021. For exam 2021, CBSE has deleted this part, step deviation method. Okay, so you will learn about direct method and assumed mean method. Okay, you don't need to learn about step deviation method, but for further studies you can move into, or you can try step deviation method also. But we will learn in this class, we will learn about a direct method and assumed mean method. So let's see what is direct method. Here you see we had converted this data to this table. Okay, now you see. Okay, here. So here we have written the class intervals 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, up to 85 to 100, and the number of students, that is the frequency, we have written it Fi. Okay, so 10 to 25 is 2, 25 to 40 is 3, 40 to 55 is 7, 6, 6, 6, and so on. Okay, now you see we have to find Xi. Okay, here you can see these data are in interval, class interval. Okay, so here we have to find a class mark. So how we can find a class mark? So class mark is equal to, here you have a lower limit is 10 and upper limit is 25. So what you have to find? You have to find the midpoint of these two numbers. 10 and 25 is there, so you have to add this 10 plus 25 divided by 2, so that you can find the midpoint. Okay, 10 plus 25 is your 35, divided by 2 will be equal to 17.5. Okay, so this is what Xi, class mark, we can say this is class mark or Xi, that is 17.5 for 10 to 25. Similarly for 25 to 40, you can write 25 plus 40 divided by 2. Same manner, 25 lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. Okay, so 25 plus 40 divided by 2, it will be equal to 65 by 2, which is equal to, you can see 32.5. So you can write 32.5 here. Similarly 40 plus 55 divided by 2 will be 47.5. 55 plus 70 divided by 2 equal to 62.5, and 77.5, and 92.5. Similar way you can find. Now you have find the class mark, that is AXI. Okay, here you can see class mark. There is a formula for class mark. You can write it. Class mark is equal to upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Okay na? So class mark is equal to upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Okay, now we'll move to Fi Xi. Okay, so you have Fi, you have found Xi, then you can find Fi Xi. That means you have to multiply this 2 into 17.5. Simple. 2 into 17.5 is 35. Similarly, 32.5 is here, into 3 you have to multiply. 3 into 32.5 will be equal to 97.5. 7 into 47.5. After multiplication it will be equal to 332.5. Similarly, 6 into 62.5 will be equal to 375.0. Then 6 into 77.5 will be equal to 460.5.0. Then 6 into 92.5 will be equal to 555. Okay, now we have found Fi Xi. So what further we will do? We have to find sigma Fi and sigma Fi Xi. So for this 2 plus 3 7, 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, it will be equal to 30. So sigma Fi equal to 30 now. Similarly, you have to find sigma Fi Xi. So sigma Fi Xi is equal to, you please add all the numbers. Okay, after adding you will find 1860. Okay, so now you have sigma Fi and sigma Fi Xi. Now we can easily find the mean. So mean is equal to, you know the formula, sigma Fi Xi divided by sigma Fi, which will be equal to, here you have 1860. Sigma Fi Xi is 1860 divided by sigma Fi. Sigma Fi is 30. So it will be equal to 30, you can write, which is equal to, now again you can cancel 1 0, then 3 6 18, then 3 2. So you have found the mean. Mean is 62. Okay. Okay. One thing, a question may arise here. In the last section, we had found the mean. At that point, mean was equal to 59.3. If you can remember. Okay. Here we have found mean equal to 62. You can say, sir, there are two types of mean or two numbers arising for the same data, because question we have taken the same. Okay, why this deviation has come here, arise here, 59.3, here you have 62. The deviation has been arised because here in this case, what we have done, we are using the class mark. That means 10 to 25. This is not an exact number. Okay, this is we are taking a class mark only. Okay, but in the previous section we are taking the exact number. Okay, so you can say that number, that 59.3 was the exact number. Okay, this is a deviated form. Okay, so this is it. Now we will move to another method, that is assumed mean method. Okay, so look, this is a very simple form, simple method. Now you see, same data we have taken. Okay, in this case the class intervals are given 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, 85 to 100. Okay, then again number of students, that is Fi, that is also same. We have not changed anything, that is 2 3 7 6 6 6. Okay, again class mark, same story, class mark 10 plus 25. Okay, divided by 2, it is equal to 17.5. 25 plus 40 divided by 2, same. 55 plus 70 divided by 2. 85 plus 100 divided by 2. Okay, so after this We have changed nothing. Okay, so here what we will do, we will assume a mean. The name itself say assumed mean. We will assume a mean. So how we can assume? We will assume, you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 numbers of observations are here. In this case xi, 6 number of xi. Now you will assume one number here, like as there are 6, you can say n is equal to 6 here. Okay, so there are 6 number of observation. So don't confuse with n. There is nothing to do with n. Here we can say there are how many number of observation? 6 number of observation. So we will assume a mean out of it. We can assume this one or this one as mean. Okay, so we can assume 6 by 2, that is equal to 3. So you can take third term, first, second, third, this one 47.5, or you can assume this one fifth term, fourth term also, there is no issue. You can assume any of the term. So you will assume the third term. Suppose there are 7 terms, so what we will do, 7 by 2 is equal to 3.5. so you can take 3.5, the next number will be 4. So you can take fourth term as the assumed mean. Okay, now you see, we will assume a mean. So whom we will assume? We will assume this is the mean, 47.5. Now what we will do, 47.5, now 32.5 is there. We'll write it as di. Di is your deviated or assumed mean. Assumed mean is your a. We can write it as a. Now we'll find di. So di, who is di? D is equal to x minus a, or di is equal to xi minus a. Please remember it. Di equal to xi minus a. Now you have assumed mean is 47.5. Now what we will do, 47.5 minus a, same 47.5. Here you can write 47.5 minus 47.5 is equal to 0. Similarly, here 32.5 minus 47.5. We will subtract the assumed mean from all the observation. Okay, so 32.5 minus 47.5, which will be equal to how much? Minus 15. Again 17.5 minus 47.5. What we are doing? We are subtracting the assumed mean, okay, from all the observation, is equal to minus 30. Similarly, 62.5 minus a, who is a? 47.5. 47.5 is equal to 15. Again 77.5 minus same 47.5 is equal to 30. Now 92.5 minus 47.5 is equal to 45. Okay, now we have got di. Di is equal to who? Is nobody but xi minus a. Look all the case, xi, x1 minus a, x1 minus a, okay, x2 minus a, x3 minus a, here we have done x4 minus a, x5 minus a, x6 minus a, like this. Okay, so we have di, here we have di. Now we have to find fi di. In the last section we are finding fi xi. In this case we will find fi di. Okay, so you see fi is your 2, di is your minus 30. So 2 into minus 30 is your minus 60. Very simple. 3 into minus 15 is equal to minus 45. 7 into 0, look, 7 into 0 will be 0. 6 into 15, 90. Now 6 into 30 will be 180. 6 into 45 will be equal to 240. Okay, now we have found fi di. You know that, but you have to find sigma fi di. So sigma fi di will be equal to sum of all the numbers. We'll clear it out. Now sum of all the numbers, there are some negative numbers, there are some positive numbers. You know how to add. Okay, so 6 minus 60 minus 45, you please add all the numbers. It will be equal to 435. Well, now after this, what we have found? Sigma fi also have to find. Sigma fi and sigma fi di. Okay, now what we will do? We can find d. You see here, sorry, one second. Here you see di we had found. Okay, so we can find, this is the deviated mean na, so we can find mean of the deviation. What we will do? Yes, so mean of the deviation will be equal to sigma fi di, sigma fi di divided by sigma fi. So which will be equal to sigma fi di equal to here 435 divided by, here you have sigma fi, here it is divided by 30. So it will be equal to now you can cancel it 14.5. Okay, 14.5. Now you see 14.5 is the deviated mean. Okay, so mean will be equal to, we don't need the deviated mean, we need the mean. So you can, if you can remember, we had subtracted this 47.5 from all the observation. So mean will be equal to the deviated mean, that is deviated mean plus a, who is a, this is the 47.5, we have assumed this plus assumed mean. So mean will be equal to the deviated mean plus a is the assumed mean. So deviated mean plus assumed mean, so which will be equal to, you have deviated mean is here 14.5, we found it, deviated mean here plus a is here who 47.5, 47.5, which will be equal to, again it will be equal to, here is 0, 7 plus 4 2 6, 62. So we have got the mean x bar is equal to, x bar or mean is equal to 62. If you can remember, in the last section we had also found mean as 62. Well, we have to derive this formula. Okay, you can remember this, the x bar, this is the formula, x bar equal to d bar or mean equal to deviated mean plus a is your assumed mean. You can use this as formula. Okay, and we will derive the formula here. Okay, here we will derive it. You see, deviated mean is equal to what? Sigma fi di divided by sigma fi. Okay na, which will be equal to, you see, sigma fi di, sigma fi, who was equal to di, if you can remember, di was equal to nobody but xi minus a, isn't it? In the first part we have written di is equal to xi minus a. So in place of di we will write xi minus a divided by sigma fi, which will be equal to, now you can write sigma fi into xi minus sigma fi into a, sigma fi xi, sigma fi xi, one second, we'll clear it. Yes, sigma fi xi minus sigma fi a, we have just multiplied sigma fi in xi minus a. Okay, divided by sigma fi, which will be equal to, now sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi divided by sigma fi minus this sigma fi a, sigma fi a divided by this sigma fi. Now further it will be equal to, you see, sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi, what is this? This is nobody but the mean. If you can remember the formula of mean equal to sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi, this is what it is. So you can see mean x bar, in place of this you can write x bar minus, here you can see sigma fi into a, so a can be extracted out, a into sigma fi, a into sigma fi divided by, in the denominator it is sigma fi. Now you can cancel sigma fi and sigma fi. Who remains? A remains, equal to x bar minus a. Okay, now you see what was there, d bar, so implies that you can write d bar or deviated mean is equal to mean minus a, implies you just put it here and get minus 1 to LHS. D bar minus a equal to x bar, or you can write it like this, x bar is equal to d bar minus a. So now we have derived the formula also. Okay, so please remember the formula, that x bar equal to d bar minus a, or mean is equal to deviated mean minus assumed mean. Okay, so please remember, mean equal to deviated mean minus assumed mean. So this is the end of this class. We will have some examples and some questions discussed on the next class. Okay, so thank you for now. Please try all this at your home. Okay, thank you.